Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Tier 2020 stream for today from IRC. Um, we should be going on shortly, and I'll be your streamer today and co-commentator Harryrox. With me in the stream box for now, during Quali, we have Alphabot. Hi, Alphabot.
Hello, hello.
Yep, and we will be shortly joined by SD as we progress through Quali towards the end, probably. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting race because we are again at Spa, but on the 2020 game. So a lot of different ways the game behaves from 2021 we had yesterday. So we'll quickly go on to a track video and have a look at the hot lap as well around this track.
Francorchamps is one track that requires no introduction. 7 kilometers of historic motorsport heritage that has played host to the battle of the pioneer gentleman races in Formula One as early as 1925. Formerly a street circuit that winded through the Belgian countryside, Spa is the longest circuit on the F1 calendar and possesses the universally recognizable Eau Rouge Radion complex.
Many of you have been waiting for this track. We're on board General Pepe at the Spa Francorchamps circuit. Now approaching La Source, the second hardest braking zone on this track. As you can see, Pepe locks up on his right front. Now getting through this, slightly oversteer through this section, now getting onto the short burst of a straight before we get on to a Rouge, the Radion Rouge complex, the elevation change, the monstrosity that is now taken absolutely flat out and the most iconic, symbolic corner of this track. Onto the Kemmel Straight where Hakkinen and Schumacher had their very famous Spa duel, I'm sure most of you all remember, which then breaks you on through Lecombe, fifth gear, fast flowing section, very fast flowing chicane, which then throws you onto this corner 9, going through this downhill section. Now what happens through Bruxelles or turn 10 is that the track starts moving away from your car, which is why you saw Pepe locking up so hard there. Same through 11. Your car shoots out, but the track starts moving away from you. Now through turn 12 of Pohon, here's something you'll notice. The car comes so close to the apex on the left, but at no point does it go on top of it, because if you do, you'll spin out and you're guaranteed to end your race right there. Now through the campus section, 13, 14, 15, not too fast. 15 shows you this gravel trap on your left hand side that can end your race as soon as it started. Now we are on to the back section of the track, the fastest flowing section of this track. As you can see, we're going through turn 17 of Blanchimont. You're already on 8th gear, you're super fast. You're setting up the overtake, which is going to happen at the next chicane, which is the bus stop chicane, the hardest braking zone on this track. It's almost the chicane that breaks the momentum of the track and makes you set up the momentum of the next lap that you're going to be. As General Pepe shoots us back onto the pit straight and shows us exactly how to set a time at this circuit.
Well, that was a definitely fast-looking lap from one of our OG, very original driver, General Pepe. The reason we used that video is because that was probably one of the most amazing laps I've seen around Spa. But yeah, going on, we also have couple in the stream today. Hi, couple.
Hey, yo, folks. Good to be back. And yeah, and what better way to start off with our Tier 2020?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be interesting compared to what we saw yesterday, because again, yesterday was on a different game. The strategies work differently, the safety cars work differently. The way you can take the curves on in that game is also probably very different compared to how it's in 2020. Probably at certain times we do miss how we can not care about the curves, don't we?
Indeed. It was a lot more forgiving game, and it says bringing back nice memories of season 5 and 6. Good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think our boys are slowly reading up, so we should be ready for the action very soon. But yeah, this is, I believe, the third round. We did miss streaming, but finally we've got the bandwidth and we've got Harryrox, our lovely commentator and streamer now, taking in the reins. So thank you again, Harry. Interesting conversation in the Tier 2020 side. It's kind of a two-game scenario here at IRC this time around. just because code masters are really reining in the bugs and really pushing the boundaries by tweaking a couple of parameters and tripling the cost of the same damn game. But it is what it is, I suppose. But us being Indians and being as frugal as possible, the likes of many who were in the tier 2 and tier 1 camp last season have just stamped their authority and said, no, I am not buying this game. And for that price, is simply not worth it, and they're just holding it, keeping the pockets closed for now, and going to be continuing league racing in the previous game, which is 2020. So that's where we are right now. And yeah, in a few moments' time, we will switch on to the game and see who's what and how they're doing in this lovely, lovely track.
Absolutely, they've actually readied up. We are into quali. Let's swap directly into the game. Have a look at how it's going. Well, weather forecast already in. It's gonna be raining.
Ay,
Probably
ay, ay.
towards the end of the race. Wow, and quali itself will probably be going towards cloudy conditions towards the end. So it's definitely gonna be a very interesting qualifying, but moreover an interesting race because of changeable conditions. They start under slight cloud cover and they go on to light rain towards the end of the race. Strategy is gonna be thrown around.
Alphabot, what do you think about this? How would you uh, plan out your strategy?
Yeah, so this was pretty much exactly the same thing that happened to us last time. But thing is, last time we didn't like, even though we knew rain was coming towards the end, we didn't do anything. Like the whole grid didn't do anything, didn't make any strategy changes. We just went soft medium, and then the last two laps, you just stick it out. Last few laps, you just stick it out on the slicks and just hope you don't spin. But I mean, because it looks like the rain is going to be heavier this time, you may want to maybe start on the medium side to extend as long as you can, or if you're in the bottom, like if you're below the top 10, you may want to start on hards, even though you lose a lot of time. But you can just do a one stop directly into the wet tires, which is much better for you. So I think mediums would be the preferred choice because hards are extremely slow. So yeah, let's see how this pans out, and if the rain actually does come, because Jeff is pretty weird.
This judges, for sure. One can never be too trusting of them. Yeah, we have to wait and watch what actually transpires when or if at all the rain even decides to show up today. But good, we are finally getting a lot of new drivers, a couple of new guys here. We've got Access Scoop. I'm going to call him that, but his actual Discord ID is a huge Russian name, which I wasn't even able to ping. But good to have him on board. This is his first flying lap in the lovely McLaren. Can you walk to the lap?
Well, he had some kind of an issue in turn one. It looked he looks so off over there. But yeah, going through Lacombe, he's taken the curves perfectly fine. Probably a little more curve could be taken. He doesn't seem to be on the best laps, probably a banker. Downhill right-hander, heavy braking, and it can be tricky as well because you could outbrake yourself, go deep into the turn. He seems to be taking it really cautiously, not really taking much of curve and no name. One's gonna be a little different as well because on this game, like I said, it's totally different. The downforce, there's not as much understeer compared to the other game. That's 2021. Definitely not touching the curbs, and he seems to be having some issues for sure. But yeah, going into the third sector now, it's totally flat to the bus stop chicane now. He's taking probably the most normal line which you would get instead of trying to minimize track distance by sticking to the inside. he has also run out of ERS usage for this lap. Brakes perfectly fine for there. Um, Gets the turn in right and now getting onto throttle crucially as early as possible and crosses the line with a 146.5. Well, definitely not the fastest lap for today. Um, that was a banker lap. But yes, his turn one was a lot of fun to watch because he did go over the sausage curbs. He was off pace for sure. Oh, and we have a retirement on track. That's
Oh,
weird.
wow.
Did we miss it?
Because the assassin
Yes,
putting in
I.
so much effort to not even get a chance. Fire rate goes P1. They're
Uh,
142
Harry, I
lives.
think the game volume might be a little too low. I think we might want to increase that.
Oh yeah, sure, I will. Audio. Yeah, it is very low. Sorry, that's my bad. I prefer listening to my team principal when I'm driving. So yeah, I hope this volume's fine. Just give me an update on how it is.
Yeah. I think it's better.
Oh
Cool.
my, Uday is blasting it out there with a 43.9. That is some. That is definitely more on pace than the banker laps of
So,
practice and that we did.
uh, this game, I think around Spa, correct me if I'm wrong, it's around 1.5 seconds quicker than F1 2021.
Yep, it is definitely much faster there.
So I think we
And
might be looking at high 42s potentially, but I think maybe 43s, low 43s might be as fast as we get today. We have to wait and see.
yeah,
Well,
we
maybe,
have to
but
wait.
as we say that, Manish Kanchan's gone faster than Uday by almost 6 tenths, and we had also seen this truck, probably AlphaTauri of Mighty Owl at the exit of Radeon at the top of the hill. So he's also retired.
So
So
what? Okay, go ahead, Cup.
yeah, so I was telling that Radeon and Uruj, these two corners, usually does claim a few lives in Spa for us historically through the seasons, and it seems to still be taking some lives.
It looks pretty messy out on track right now. I don't know what's going on. Uh, so um, I'm confused here. Okay, so I think uh, as you can see, most of the top runners have gone on to softs. That means they're probably gonna start the race on softs. So I don't know if the rain will actually come. If it actually does come, like I mean, if there's like a perfect forecast, then I think soft inters could play out well. But that's a huge gamble because if rain does not come, you have to pit again for the medium tires, or you just go normally with the soft medium and then just pit again for inters and just hope you don't lose too much time to people who are in the alternate strategy.
Well, one of the Mercedes who is on provisional pole right now, he just made way for his teammate, staying completely off track. So Daryl seems to be on a hot lap. We have to wait and watch if he is able to put in a competitive timing. He had a clean lap till now, not many moments or loss of traction. He's taking just enough curb in most places without losing much of pace. He's right now going through Blanchimont, and that is also just fine because that kind of a line could probably scrub some pace off from the car as he exits bus stop. Let's see what kind of a time he's able to post. And he goes P6. Well, a 45 flat. Definitely will have more pace in him. We're in the early parts of quali again. As we say that, one of our OG drivers, Madhav, aka Charles Leclerc, has gone to pole with a 43 flat. So he's 3 tenths faster than the rest of the field at the moment.
So he was in tier 1 last time, and were you guys doing 40 high 41s or 42s in tier 1 last time?
Well, I don't know.
Definitely the mid 41s.
Okay, so
correctly.
Shalalak has definitely has pace for a low 42 because he was up there with you guys last time. So I think pole maybe his guaranteed.
Well, there's a good chance of it, but you can, as I'm sure you've also noticed, qualifying is only one part of the picture. Maybe Charlotte might have that consistency, but something that we'll have to see throughout the race. Qual is one story, but racing and keeping it together for the entirety of 22 laps on this track. I think from yesterday we can say that in IRC, a Spa Classic is something that we can expect with a
Yeah.
good number of DNFs.
Well, I need to cut you off right there because Abarpan has gone P3 with a 43.4 on a set of medium tires, which I think is a very good strategy if that rain does come in at the right timing for these medium runners. Probably
Medium
around lap.
tires, I think medium tires, if you extend them to the very end, I think you can do 18 laps on them. So he just has to hope he gets the rain by then.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
and it's also gonna sorry about that couple, but let me just make this point. It's also important to note that when there is a slight slight cloud cover, that means that the temps on the track will also be a little lower, so your deck will go down by a little bit. Degradation.
good point, good point. But we don't know when it'll come out. It may be too long for the soft sim. It may be too long for the medium sim. It may just come out at the last lap itself, like it was for the other race. So we'll have to wait and find out. As it is on a lap, Manish Kanchan probably giving some dirty air more than slipstream there, but look at the action behind you. We got Axis getting all out of shape, and he is not happy there. He's giving a mouthful to the Mercedes driver that's just ruined his lap. He has to go all the way back to the pits and make another trip there. Completely terrible. I'm not sure if Manish Kanchan is really in the session, but he's still fully responsible for this car at all times. So
Well, that was some kind of a moment because Asus was, I don't know what to pronounce his name as, but yeah, Scoop. Let's call him Scoop. I'm gonna call him Ace Scoop. Ace Scoop definitely had a great exit. He must have not expected Manish's car to be there, and I guess yeah, he went onto the grass, somehow managed to keep it, then had some side by side wheel
Aces
banging.
Scoop.
Ace
Yeah.
Scoop. I'm gonna
No,
exclude that S.
there. Hey, it's there for a reason. You gotta eat that.
Aces
It's stick
Scoop.
for everything. All right. Yeah. Another thing about the guy in P3 with the medians. That's an amazing lap. When you compare it to Talala, who's probably put a banker. There's still good pace difference between the mediums and the softs, so you can definitely improve the time. But Abarpan is known to be a keyboard warrior. He's got ridiculous amount of pace. He was actually in Tier-1 at one point this season. Sorry, not this season, last season. So, but then we kind of shuffled him around because of availability. But the man definitely has some pace. So I'm expecting good competition between him and Sharalak, at least for my predictions.
Well, that was really respectful from Akash Hedge. My God, I'm just
Hegde.
gonna call him Akash.
Akshat Hegde.
Akshat Hegde. Sorry. Thank you, couple. So Akshat really did a good job by staying out of the way for Uday, who is on a hot lap at the moment. Vicky, in the meantime, I had to mention he disqualified from the session due to probably some kind of an issue with his disconnection. He disconnected first, and then he got a DSQ immediately, and now he seems to have left the session again. Must be a little, you know, disturbed about the fact he didn't have control over his disqualification either.
It reminds me of yesterday. Everything that happened, with people just getting lost in the pit, and I'm not sure if that was a similar incident. But unfortunately, I hope he joins back. He still does have a race to finish. Interesting line there by Uday. I think he's going on another lap, but he's already exhausted his ERS. Let's see if his tires can actually go the distance. 3 minutes to go, so this may be his final run. Yeah,
Yeah, final run, and that's like you said, it's already a lap old. Those tires, it doesn't have the best grip, neither does he have the best ERS percentage as well. That's definitely going to affect how his lap is going to be. The temps must have gone down by a couple of degrees as well, because I can already see it darkening up the skies. So this is probably the best time to put in a good lap during qualifying. And he has,
and he's done.
yeah.
He's just moved away from Akshat, and it says, you know what, go for it.
Well, let's then quickly go on to Akshat's POV to
And
see how he's
Shalilok
doing.
has left the session. I don't know what he's doing. And I think Uday is also a keyboard player because his controls were very like
Very
stuttery.
jumpy, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm not really sure about that because I remember having a conversation with him. I think he is on a controller, but yeah, it could be anything because we've seen some different styles. Ooh, he did go quite wide there and
Interesting
not
line
invalidate.
there. That is someone who probably knows how the game functions, and he's probably lifted off heavily, probably compromising his line and his pace all down the back straight onto the rest of the game. So this might be a yellow final sector, but we'll have to wait and see. Very, very cautious and timid through the final chicane, and he crosses the line to do a 1 minute 44.1. It does improve there.
Definitely did improve, and well, it's been interesting till now. Let's see what was up with Ace's scoop because he was quite slow down the Camel straight. Yeah, he seems to be going very slow. Probably he's on low fuel mode at this point, and also doesn't have a part of his wing. Ooh.
That is unfortunate because that's a purple first sector. They must have had a stonker or had some slipstream to help him, but I it's probably
There's a
not
fast
calculated. That
start.
is in the way of the Alfa Romeo. That is ruined his lap as well, and that's a big fat penalty coming his way. So they will not be pleased with that because that's just
So I think
Well,
really
Soamde
really.
might have to go again because he has a minute left, and I think he'll be able to reach the line in time.
or will he? Because he's trying to build a gap to Ace's scoop, and Ace's scoop
Oh,
is
he
on
can
AI.
overtake him.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Man, the worst part here is he may have just enough time to go for another lap. He's got all the ERS, but he's on 3 lap old soft tires. He's in the top 10 right now. If I were me, I would just say, please, anybody, you've got Bioride and Acid, just try to beat me because my tires are going to be in the worst possible shape for the race.
Well, shape or not, he's not bothered. He's probably getting the best track conditions at the moment. The cloud cover is at its maximum right now. I don't know if there's going to be any rain. It didn't show any rain in the weather forecast, but he should be getting probably one of the best laps in the session right now. And Madhav has finished his session as we say that. He has ended with a 43 flat, so that is the time to beat right now if you want a pole position.
Yep, let's see how they fare. A lot of people on their final runs. 1.5 tenths of pole, but that's still an improvement for Soamde. Let's see how he manages the middle sector and what he can come out of it. In the meanwhile, Manish Kanchan, my fellow team member, will be crossing the line. He hasn't unfortunately improved, so it will be a 43, 505, 305. Not sure.
Well, let me go straight through the whole grid to see how these guys are doing on hot laps. Is Daryl on a hot lap? He doesn't seem to because his
Still
ERS
not
is not
improving.
getting used.
Yep. What
And
about Someday? He's the only probably one who's improving. Going to Stabilo, little timid again, not using a lot of it. Curve 2.5, almost 3 tons behind pole, but it's still going to be an improvement. This may be his last chance. So it's definitely his last chance. Let's see if he can actually improve. Nice usage of the curve there. Definitely can see that he's on a controller.
No, he's on a
This is
keyboard actually.
He's on a keyboard. My apologies. Sideways out of the bus stop chicane, crosses the line to P4. Alfa Romeo putting a nice show there. P4 and 5. We got two more people left. Darrell, I believe, is already at the end of his lap. Acid is partially increasing, partially not increasing. So let's see if he can actually nail the final sector. He's got front wing damage, unfortunately. So I really doubt whether he can actually make it work. But nevertheless, he takes the final chicane very nicely, if I may say so. But unfortunately, it does not improve. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of qualifying. Thoughts, people?
Well, that was actually um, excellent, except for the fact that Aberpun's the only one who's tried to go on those mediums and probably do a one stop into the race with variable conditions coming up. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes for him. But the others, the rest of the grid are all starting on softs, and important to note that Soham De, who's right now in P4 if I'm not wrong, second row, is on 3 lap old softs. So that's going to affect him for sure.
Hmm. The 5 position great penalty for Manish Kanchan. That is gonna hurt. Harry, could you please quickly walk through every driver and record their laps and all the incidents through the racetrack, please? You've got the toggles, yes. Go, just cycle through. Quick, quick, quick. Don't have any time. And also the incidents as well.
Probably just got
Right on
everything.
time.
I totally forgot that the timer was running, but yeah, thank you, Kapur. I totally forgot about that. I will do that.
It's
But interesting, Madhav is in P1, but that does not guarantee anything because we've seen historically that in Spa, if you're in P1 and if the drivers in the second grid specifically get a decent enough start, if not the best starts, at the exit of Radeon, they will be eating or hogging on that slipstream to pass you into Lacombe. So, yeah, that's going to
definitely.
be
It,
interesting to see.
it's very much like a Russia turn 2 situation. So starting in P1 does not guarantee unless you can force some action or force some carnage by probably taking a weird line and throwing off the competition, or if you have eccentric people like Warhammer yesterday who just miss out and grosh on their way into turn one. That's the only way
I
probably
was
to
gonna
do it.
just tell that because yesterday when I was commentating, I did not notice that it was literally at the left corner of the stream, so I couldn't notice that he had actually plowed or probably plummeted through the field and gotten taken out Banath who was in P1.
Yeah, but he did come back almost to win yesterday's race. So that was a fantastic comeback from Bharat. Full kudos to him. But we are now on Sunday. We are having a Tier 2020 races round 3 of the championship. We've got Shalalak on pole, Abapan. Wait a minute. Abapan on P2?
Yeah, because Manish Kanchan had a five place grid penalty.
All right, you're absolutely right. Right. So these two next year one drive are now going to be duking it out. Abarpan in prime position to win this. I mean, he's got. I mean, if he can get out of turn one, I can straight away call that he's going to be winning today's race. If it's going to be a mammoth effort for Charlotte, because we do know that rain is coming. We will definitely know as the race progresses when it will come out. The drivers will probably not have that luxury, so viewers, we're getting like a sneak peek first. But yeah, it's definitely all to play for with when the rain comes out.
Well, Manish Kanchan's gotten disqualified. Ooh, and he's stuck on the. Am I going to see?
Stop there.
No, no. That's bringing back
Oh
memories.
no.
That's gonna be weird.
Oh,
He is definitely stuck over there. I hope, dear God, thank God he's gone back to the grid. I hope he gets to start the race at this point. Because that's exactly what had
uh,
happened to me as well in France season 5.
for anyone who's wondering what's going on, I implore you to check out our Tier 2 Season 5 coverage of the French Grand Prix, where Harryrox was. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but please have a look at it. It had some gold moments in the years of IRC.
Definitely, I definitely brought a lot of smiles to a lot of people that day. If they had a bad day, I made it the best for them. Ooh, someone going
Yep.
wide, hitting the wall. That was Suhed.
Reading the one. Suhaib 03 missed quality. Not sure if he's supposed to be on the grid. I will check with. Well, we don't have any control, but we'll see who's who.
Definitely need to check that out for sure because, ooh, there you go. He's giving us some action
He's
nonetheless.
done.
He's been doing this
Okay.
through the formation lab, and it
I
seems to be
don't
keyboard.
see a Suhaib. I'm not sure if that's Sao RF. See his question. Okay, I will investigate this post race.
Well, sorry for that. We will not miss the race start. Ooh,
And we have a jump start.
that is
Manish, I'm
Manish.
a head out of here.
Manish's AI had a brilliant start. Ooh, did
Oh,
we
lights
see
out,
that?
away goes. Ferrari smashing into it. Neon taking no prisoners. So they on the outside, dropping down. Probably got an illegal overtake, but people crashing into him behind acids. Sorry, bio ride the leads. Haas trying to find his way. Now we already have safety car. Oh, and that's action. Oh, safety car. People not realizing that we got two collisions already. Drivers going side by side for no apparent reason. But yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of a break now, just the start of the race. But we got a lot of front wings flying. I believe it's Acid and Mighty Owl who've already gotten some damage. Akshat Egde as well. Man, that is what you would typically expect from Spa. Turn one is simply not the best place for some clean racing. If IRC history is to has anything to go by it, Charles Leclerc is still on pole, got a clean getaway. But the person who's massively missed out is Abarpan. Abarpan is now in P7, got swallowed by the field. I'm sure there was some dirty, foul play. I did see Neon just smashing into it, so we'll probably review that later on. But as of right now, it is an interesting situation to be in.
Well, I need to point this out, but the top four, probably excluding Abarpan and the two Haas's, these guys have literally flown off the field. If you see the gap on the track map between these guys, even in terms of the time delta, uh, from P5 onwards, I think Acid at the exit of Radeon did not notice that the safety car was out, so he went straight into Bioride, and that costed Bioride and Acid a lot of damage in terms of Haas, in terms of front wings, and in terms of time penalties as well.
Yep, you have to love Cody's for that. I'm
Wait,
not sure if yeah.
P9 onwards, everyone's spit, and Manish is out of the race as well.
Oh, what is happening there? Harry, could you probably increase my Discord volume? People are complaining that was a little low.
You are at 200%, sir.
I am so sorry then. We'll probably have to deal with it.
Sorry
Let me
about
do
that.
some shoutcasting then. Anyways, so yeah, as you can clearly see, top three, top four have just bolted. The entirety of the Camel Straight is what separates the leading pack from the rest. They've all pitted, they've all got some lovely damage, and they're all on fresh tires now. So, yes, Uday has gone on to the medium tires, and we'll probably have a quick look on what's what and who's decided to switch a route. We've got well, pretty much everyone after P7, pretty much everyone who's pitted have gone on to the medium tires, and it's a sensible choice. Don't you think so?
Well, it is a sensible choice to go onto the mediums, but it depends on when the rain decides to come because we know very well that the predictions might show, the game predictions and our telemetry predictions might show plus 45, but we've seen for a fact that it comes a little bit earlier than that. So it's gonna be a
Or
little
much
tough.
later, or not at all.
Well,
It's just a ballpark.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's all possible in this game because it does everything apart from being accurate. So it might be
Yep.
a good gamble or a bad gamble. We have to wait and watch.
Well, I'm looking at the spread of the grid and just the lovely action from our drivers. I could even suppose that there might be another safety car. And if anything, if you start on the softs, it's your goal to just stick it out, stay, and keep your tires fresh. Push it as much as possible. The safety car in itself will buy you more time. It's going to be a slower race, and if anything, bring the safety car earlier with respect to a lap count. But yeah, we'll wait and see what transpires.
Well, Vinay did have contact over there with Ace Scoop, probably Ace's Scoop, and he has gotten a 5-second penalty. He might even be serving it in the pits. Let's check it out if possible. Oh, and yeah, he is definitely serving it in the pits. He's gotten front wing damage that has put him at the back of the grid now. But the safety car is still there. He can catch up quickly and maybe concentrate on doing a good recovery drive as well from here on.
Yep, we've got one lovely driver on the soft tire. I'm not even sure if he's supposed to be racing, but I can say that he's made the most sensible choice by going on to the hard tires. That'll definitely get you to you know, to the transition. But whether he'll actually have pace to keep up with the rest and how quickly their tires might fade, how many safety cars might come out in the meanwhile, we wait and watch.
Well, he's already lost his front wing. Now that I've noticed it, he does not. He must be having an orange right front wing. We're talking about Suhaib, by the way. Suhaib, 03, who's on a fresh set of hearts. As you noticed it over there. If you want,
Uh-huh.
let's get another POV for this. Will he come close enough? No,
Uh,
won't be able to see it, I guess. Come closer, Suhaib. Come on, come closer. Nope, he doesn't want to come closer. We'll see it this way. Yeah, the right front's basically useless. It's a wooden plank right now, which has no downforce. We can see it there, yeah. So he has just lost it. He'll definitely have to go into the pits now. Probably put on a set of fresh mediums. And the safety car will be in this lap for sure because the whole pack is bunched up. So he's at a big disadvantage now. There you go. That's the message you're looking for at the left bottom. It said safety car in this lap. So let's quickly go on to a more interesting battle at the front with the dark horse in the top three. That is Biorite because unexpected place for him for sure. It's not new to him. He has done such drives. I have seen him do such drives where he does some excellent going from the out of the top 10 to probably a amazing point scoring finish. But yeah, they're gonna go now. Let's wait and watch. Madhav has still not gone. Oh, he has gone. He's got the Ferrari sleeping. He's gotten almost a second, a 7/10 of a gap on Neon already at that race start. Biorite's following close. He's also lost out a bit of time, quite a bit of time to P3, P2. And Aborpan's closing on him really quick. In fact, very quick. We might be able to see a move as well at the end of the Camel straight if Aborpan's able to get a good exit out of Radeon. Let's wait and watch if it does help. He doesn't prefer to use a slipstream for some
using
reason.
much of the slipstream, but he's really being contested by SSG Assassin right behind him. He's all over his mirrors right now. But man's definitely got style and he can definitely keep his own. I'm going to be hunting down Bio Rally very shortly. Further back, we've got Uday and Soham Day all in that mix as well. So we've got two hot battles behind. And he's probably going to send it down the inside into Puan, and he's done it. What a mad lad! Can you believe what he's just sent it? And probably, yeah, he's extended the track, but holy moly, where did that come
That was a good move. That definitely was a good move. Maybe not as clean because he did go off track a bit, but he made the move before going off track, and that McLaren
However,
of
going
Aces
around
Scoop.
the outside, got the better line and moves up into P3. We've got SSG Assassin now looking very hungry behind the two of them. And there's collision at the exit of at Blanchimont. And we've got SSG Assassin losing out and tumbling down the field as a result. Unfortunate stuff there, but those three were inches away from each other, and it's just a recipe for disaster.
Oh my god, I just lost that probably by a couple of, probably by a second. I would have caught it on stream, but that was close. We did see the spun car of SSG Assassin, but in the meantime, we are watching probably Bioride.
Daryl and Soham Day now really getting close to Ace's scoop. Just getting by him. I'm not sure how what the pace is, but at this point in time, these people are using their fresh tires to the advantage, and that was an effortless overtake by Daryl.
Well, Suhaib seems to have become very slow suddenly. He's still driving on a
He's
broken
left the
front wing.
section. He's left the section.
Yep, makes sense.
Um,
Let's quickly go
and we
back
got
onto a battle.
Soham Day and Mighty Owl. It's like a nice DRS train now. This is lovely to see. We've got Akshat Hegde at the back of it, and we've got Daryl in the front. This is an interesting battle. Let's see how it progresses. All we can see is Mighty Owl really getting close to Akshat there. Definitely got some pace. Akshat already having red blinking lights as he just completely sent it to just stay behind Soham Day. Oh, having said that, Acid makes some mockery at the end of Stabilo, and we've got VSC as the result.
Oh,
Or was that revive?
let's see
No,
if
there's
I'm
a
able to
big.
get him.
Yeah, no, it's in the Kanyas chicane. Sueb is a long way out. I'm sure we will not be able to cap with that. We're probably taking a little too much curb and pay the price as a result.
Probably. But yeah, bus stops a
Oh,
mess.
Wiki taking this as an opportunity, very quick thinking there, to bolt on to a set of hard tires. Oh, interesting choice. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see if this is the right call. DRS has been enabled and we are yellow flag for some reason.
And racing again.
ESC
And
has,
racing again.
yeah.
So I think Uday has gotten a good. Oh, Sohamdi has retired. Sohamdi has retired at the exit of
Oh, he's lost it.
Radeon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bummer for Sohamdi for sure. I did not catch that as well. Let's see if we can catch his truck car at the right over here. Yes, I think we just saw it over there. Probably in the distance on the
Muted
left.
off Shadow Realm and that's just his remnants left behind.
Well, let's go on to Uday.
Hunting down Bioride. Bioride has kept his own. He started on the soft tires, he's done his poly lap, but you can clearly see the pace difference right there. Those tires are slowly giving away. Will they send it down the inside? Had a big old look there. But thought better of it. We did send it before on AP Scoop, but we'll wait and watch. Bioride very I would say hesitant on Stabilo, not getting a good exit, just flicking left and flicking right. That's not exactly
keyboard.
what you would like to see. Yeah,
That's keyboard.
It's keyboard movement, but still not exactly
Are we going to
what
see a
you would
send?
want to see.
A
He
semi-send.
thinks about it, but backs away at the right time. A nice switchback there. Um, I think these two look very level on that front, but just having said that, Uday sends it into La Source, and well, a nice switch back there from Bioride, a lovely move there. He gets it, keeps the position, but has he made the move a little too early? Because we are got DRS enabled, as it losing it and gets struck out and says, "Get out of here! You're not worthy of my car." Bioride massively losing out a whole lot of damage and a whole lot of positions here.
Well,
Didn't chat for him.
we saw that probably it was the line and a combination of those old tires as well. 6 lap old tires. They're not out of their. They've not yet dropped the cliff, but that line was definitely a huge compromising factor for him. And there are some fast cars catching up to him as well. I hope he doesn't. Yep, he is being very nice to let these guys by.
Yes, indeed. Well, moving up the field, we've got Neon, who is on the brink of a second. Mighty Owl is also taking a hot little battle with SSC Assassin. I don't see Assassin on screen. It's probably a interesting moment. I'm not. Yeah, probably lost out because of a poor exit or entry into Q1.
Yep, probably. But
But
Uday
as it
is
stands,
catching up quite fast to Neon.
today is definitely on a charge there. Yeah, Neon has had a bit of an issue there and he's dropped heavily from the top back. And as you can see, immediately into the clutches. And yeah, I think what we did notice there is damage for Neon was tweeted at the end of the lap.
Let's check if he did have damage for a second. Probably that
No, he did
front
not.
wing. He doesn't. He
Interesting.
spit. Yes,
Interesting.
he has spit.
Yeah, he's just probably expecting it. We can slowly see the cloudy descending. It's slowly getting cloudy. But yeah, it's still a long way from changing conditions.
Well, Byride has
Um,
also
yeah,
spit, and ooh, Mighty Owl has a slight
that
moment.
is a creative interpretation of taking Oruge flat out.
Flat on the grass for sure. He did have a second of zero feedback if he's on a wheel or controller, because that will show that the car is absolutely not in your control. He just skid through that uphill section mid corner mid to Rouge.
But yeah, these guys have stayed together for the last I would say 4 5 laps. It's good to see, just them taking the reins, I suppose. Yeah, Akshat now getting really close. Sorry, as SSC Assassin. My
Yeah.
apologies. Yeah. Um, he is touching distance. Will he make a move? No. Daryl taking a lovely line, if I may say so, but compromising his line and gets swallowed by SSC Assassin at the exit of 002, and he gets the position. Now Daryl deploying all of his overtake to get into contention. If I were him, I'd probably just stay back and say, you know what, I've got an opportunity coming in 3 corners time. But we will have to wait whether that's actually the situation. SSG Assassin goes into the pits at the end of lap 8, lap 9, and that clears up the way. Charles also doing his mandatory pit stop at this point in time. And yeah, I believe there's only one guy, Ace of Scoop, going around the inside of Charles. They're going side by side into Eau Rouge, who will stay inches away. Beautiful action there. Ace of Scoop taken the position. Oh, that's not Ace of Scoop, that's Akshat Hegde. But Charles says, too early, boy. You've deployed your NOS way too early. And he's going to take that position along with Mighty Owl taking that position as well. Really unfortunate there. Made too early of a move. But Akshat Hegde is simply taking a lot of liberty there with the track limits.
Well, Akshat Hegde, while coming out of turn 1, had Madhav coming out of the pits, and he had a slight oversteer moment, so he went totally to the right of Madhav.
Oh, Madhav being squeezed there by Daryl. He says, I'm not taking any prisoners here. This is my line. Get out of here. Squeezes him off the track, and he goes off the track himself to celebrate his newfound freedom. Interesting. In the
Interesting.
meanwhile, Akshat Hegde has now taken this as an opportunity to get a little closer. Of course, he's not on the fresh tires, but he's using the overtake in the corners because that's how you gain time. Absolutely. He's completely depleted all of it. I'm probably sure he's forgotten it. He's out of it. But yeah, let's see what Shalala can do to get back at that aggressive
I
movement
think
and
I
motion
think Akshat
by
has not
Daryl.
realized that he has his overtake on because he's not turning it off at all. He's going into the pits as well.
Going to the pit.
Ooh.
But it looks very smooth, if I may say so. It doesn't even look like he is bothered by it. Well, regardless, Charles has dived around the outside into T1 and he's taken the position. Now, will Daryl? Oh, he's actually got a good fair amount of ERS there. Will he actually take this as an opportunity to get back, or will he be a good boy and stay behind the net leader of the race? Got a great exit, Charles, and he's just stopped it, stopped his DRS usage, and so has Daryl. Daryl, that one. Oh, Akshat Hegde has got a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit pit line on exit. That's unnecessarily unfortunate there. But yeah, that's a bit of that's a cool off now. We don't really see a lot more going on the way.
Well, it's
Thoughts on the
important
race so
to.
far?
Yeah, the race was fine till now, but Akshat has pit for a set of hards at this point, where we might be expecting rain probably at lap 18, if my calculations are not wrong. Daryl just gets himself a
Yeah,
3-second penalty, and Akshat has retired. Ooh,
oh my.
on track.
What's this? He has probably binned it
Or
into
has
no
he?
name.
Or has he? His car is moving on track. It was moving
He's
on track.
retired on track. Probably just destroyed his front wing in the process. As he just
Sorry about that sound if you heard something.
that's the free position for these folks. Web is out of the session. Bioride is fairly back.
Well,
I'm
we
not
have
sure
not
what has
noticed
happened.
something, couple. We have not noticed something that Aberpan, look at where the man is. He's lapping a desync car, sorry, a disconnected car, yes, but this guy is in the lead. It's lap 11. He had pit on the first lap for mediums, for a fresh set of mediums. And he's doing
No, no,
excellently well.
no, no. He's not pitted. This is him just going out throughout the race.
Oh,
He's got 14 seconds because he's a pit stop down on Charlotte. This game is still very open.
well, I think it's also important to note that if he hasn't pit, then yeah, he's perfectly set up because he has another 5 laps at least on these tires, I think.
I'm
And
not too sure. In an ideal scenario, if you were really looking after your tires and you had the sense to keep them alive, that would be the case. But I'm just having a look at the telemetry, and these tires are fairly orange.
yeah,
Going into the red zone.
makes sense.
But contrary to that, he's still putting in some stonker laps. He just put a personal best middle sector. So he's still definitely got some consistency and is able to eke out the tire performance right now. But whether it'll last in the next 3 or 5 or 6 laps, we'll have to wait and see. It's still very sunny out, so we'll have to see how it transpires.
Absolutely, and we have
Mighty
definitely.
Owl now getting real close with Daryl. Daryl's still out on those soft tires. Oh, Mighty Owl just completely missing his braking point. Braking a little later than Daryl, but makes a nice defensive maneuver not to hit him and goes wide in the process. It's always a good thing to have that in mind that if you make a mistake, if on purpose or on mistake, if accidental, you you pulled out of the harm's way of your fellow drivers, and that's a good thing that he's done there. Yeah, respect to him for doing that. Takes it flat out, very close to the grass once again. He gets the DRS, and I believe this is the second closest battle on track behind where Neon has just made quick work of Vinay using those fresh tires. SHG assassin right behind him is also going to be on that charge. He's going to send it. Vinay just says, you know what, just have, I'm not interested. I'm not on your strategy. We're in the same team. Go Gasly, go Verstappen, go get that Ferrari. And that's
Well, well.
exactly what Assassin is doing right now.
Oh my god, you had to do that. With the same team, go Gasly, go
No, it's a
Verstappen.
Sunoda. Or, yeah, so I was a little respectful there to the reality of things. But this is the hardest battle on track right now. These guys on fairly similar old tires on the same strategy, but Neon struggling there, or Assassin just really coming alive with
I
those
need to
tires.
I
But
need to cut you off there. Sorry, couple. If you notice, it suddenly got darker on track. The clouds are all looming in, and we're getting closer and closer to the first few raindrops, probably very soon.
time will tell. Time will tell. It could just be stable in the cloudy situation as well. So it's not necessarily an indicator that it's a change. But yes, change is coming. Winter is coming. Let's wait and see how things go.
Well, we
Good
have
exit there.
yeah, that
Yes.
that was a good exit. Sorry to cut you off. That I wanted to point out there are two battles, and both of them are literally consecutively happening on track. SSJ is in the dirty air of Neon. Ooh, Mighty
Oh,
Owl just
that's
died.
him. Ouch.
I'm
Mighty
so
Owl
sorry.
has been little close for comfort while attacking Daryl, and he says goodbye, see you in the next battle. And we have one more retiree in this race, and consequently, a BSC.
Well, just when that crash happened, SSG had passed Neon, and I think that VSC caused him to give back the position as well. That was such a bummer. He had so much more pace than Neon at that through those corners of turn one and Uruj and Radeon.
But yeah, that was impeccable timing for Neon there. Gets to keep the position, and we're back racing. This is the assassin just waking up from his frenzy. Goes a little wide as a result, but Neon says, "Thank you very much. I'm a head out of here," and he's flying off into the distance.
Or is he? Because he seems to be struggling for some reason. I don't know if he is missing a front wing, but he definitely is not able to brake in time and get the turn in correct. I'm tempted to check his front wing if possible. It seems to be
It's
fine.
green. Yeah, probably just not on pace or have the practice to keep that car together. The mediums definitely have lower grip. The softs, probably his practice
Well, I don't know about the
indicated that he's
softs
not
you're
doing
talking
well.
about because SSG and Neon are literally on the same strategy, just a lap difference between their tires. SSG has one lap younger tires, and we have ooh, Vinay
Oh, we've
has
got Vinay who's retired in the pits. That's got
well,
a safety car.
that's caused a safety
Interesting.
car. Or has he done it on
And
the pits?
Daryl comes in.
I think it's on the straight.
Pit entry.
Yes, probably pit entry or in the pits. I'm not
So
sure. It looks so fishy.
do I see his car there?
No, it's gone. It's gone. It was a
It's gone.
AlphaTauri, if I'm not wrong.
Well, this is perfect timing regardless. Abarpan will get a free pit stop and will come out in lead of the Grand Prix. Charlotte will be steaming. I'm like, how could this have happened? Look at his tires. It is red. The left side is red. Right side is bright orange. We've got two cars battling it out. What? Oh, I'm not sure. But
Yeah, there was a slight battle. I went on board Vicky, and Daryl because of that fact itself. They were going side by side and through the Camel Straight actually. So I wanted to see what's up with these guys. Looked a little funny.
a little bit of practice, but okay. But this changes everything. It's a no-brainer right now. With 6 laps to go, um, you've got a free pit stop if you're the leader. Will Sherlock pit is the other question though. Um, Also, he doesn't have much to lose either, but a lot. Nothing to gain, sorry, by staying out, but a lot to lose if he does not pit. We can definitely see it's a lot more cloudy, but we still don't have a weather forecast on when it will start raining. It's not in the next 5 minutes at least. So that means
You know what?
nothing much.
This is reminding me of those very famous conditions of when it's light rain towards the end of the race and you cannot pit for inters. It's not wet enough for inters. It's not dry enough to have perfect grip on the slicks, but the inters will overheat. You get what I mean? So they have to drive
Yep,
on slicks
yep.
in those conditions.
Those greasy conditions, which doesn't really help the intermediate tires. Very, very tricky situation to be in.
The top 5 have pit. They've gone into fresh set of softs. Wiki Wiki has continued with a fresh set of hards. It's relatively fresh because it's just 8 laps old, and the hards are literally tough, very rugged and tough. Daryl's gone into the pits and gotten a fresh set of softs as well, even though he was on a fresh set of mediums. So, excuse me. So Ace's Scoop is stay out with a fresh set of mediums. Fire way behind, but I don't see him catching up to the pack at all because there's just a sector between him getting lapped by the lead car at this point.
Yeah, it's been very, very odd. He started out very high up in the grid. He was, I believe, third or fourth at one point in the race. And then after that one mistake, he whew, just vanished. So far vanished that he was behind, the disconnected car. I'm not
Yeah,
sure what's gotten into him. He has to snap out of it. He's got another chance. He's got another, opportunity to get back and actually rein in some more points for Hart. Everyone's getting a point at this point in time, but yeah, make the most.
well, he did have a crash. He started somewhere towards the bottom part of the top 10, if you get what I mean. So it's some 8th or ninth, I'm not sure. But he did at the race start at turn 1, after all that chaos, he turned out to be P4, then progressed to P3. And yes, then there was that incident which we got where he went too wide into Uruj, and I guess, yeah, his car just lost traction and he lost his wing, but he did not retire. Very important to note. With that impact, it looked like he was done for the race, but yeah, it was just a wing. Probably lost all that time because he had to do a whole lap without a front wing as well. And yes, I think that is proof of Vinay's car. That was all AlphaTauri parts.
Hmm.
See, look at that.
Why? How? Kese? Like what? How do you lose it there in the middle of a straight? Unless you're Lando or in a McLaren.
There you go. We saw
Surprising.
those small pieces of AlphaTauri suspension and front wing and end plates on the start finish straight. So I guess that's where he did retire. We just couldn't catch it on
How can
stream.
it be a suspension? Come on. It's huge.
I think this safety car might actually let Biorite catch up to the field. He will definitely catch up to the field if he's able to drive a little faster.
I
Come on.
mean, he is still very, 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 very far away.
Well, they're all behind a safety
Now,
car. He's flat out.
the group, the viewers are all cheering you on, Byron. Go give them a show. Get back into the fight.
Daryl seems to be loving the AI driving, which F1 allows you to do. He's used it quite a few times in today's session. I think even in quali. Interesting, Daryl. Interesting.
We will wait and watch what really ends up.
Madhav's still in P3. It's all down to raw pace now. And to be honest, Uday seems to be really fast. We will see how they are against each other on equal terms. Aburpan, well, I don't want to count him out of it, but I don't want to give him too much pressure in terms of performance as well because he's on a keyboard. And Madhav's pretty quick on his wheel. So it might not be fair to compare them at this point. But yeah, it'll definitely be a battle. And Aburpan being on the keyboard, gives a lot of room and lot of space when he's battling drivers. So it's a pleasure to battle him on track as well.
Ah, so it's been 3 laps. About time we get back into racing conditions, and it's
Safety
about
cars,
time.
not in
It's
this lap.
about time
Go on.
that we get some clouds heavily looming over the track, and we are probably just under 10 minutes, I would say, for rainy conditions. We have another lap of safety car.
Yes,
Well,
because
Bioride is really stretching it out there,
yes,
but I
he
believe he finally caught it. Ah, kudos to you, Bioride. You made it. It's time to race on.
well, he might have dragged the race along. He's given the game enough time to start raining before the race ends, I think. So we will see some drops of rain, I presume, because I really want to see some rain, some people slipping under those greasy conditions. It'll give us more fun, definitely, as commentators and viewers, I guess.
Yeah, Harry, could you increase your volume mixer volume of Discord or something just to increase my volume or just increase the output? I just because I'm in a helpless state right now. People can't hear me. I've been shouting, but there's not much that's really being heard by the IRC folks.
IRC folks, whoever are still watching the stream, tell me if you are still able to hear couple properly. Couple, give them a check.
Ayo, Mike 12543. I'm not sure if
Yeah,
that
it's
was
cool.
correct, but it's cool. All right, let's wait and watch. We've got 5 laps of racing, 6 laps of racing. How many of those will have DRS? We'll have to wait and watch. The weather forecast has not come out yet on stream, so we are still over 5 minutes away yeah, from rainy conditions. So I believe we may have to
Safety cars in this lap.
just yep. I think we just have to bear this being a full-on dry race. But never say never. We will wait and watch as the safety car comes in this lap, and we will finally resume racing.
Oh my
Shalala,
god.
they're really showing his state of getting feisty and getting those fairly cold tires up to temperature because yeah, the track is definitely cooling, and now is the real time to get that in its best shape for the rest of the race.
Well, look at Aburpan
Abapan has
waiting to
got
fly.
his yeah, his overtake is ready to pounce, but he's not flying.
Oh, he
He
is. Look at
he
that start.
is okay.
He's gained
It
almost a
looks very
second.
slow, but yeah. And we're racing, ladies and gentlemen. We've got already a 1 second gap there. Shalala all over Uday right now. How quickly will he dispose of him? Because Abarpan will definitely use all of his space to get out of it. Shalala needs to uphold his honor of a tier 1 driver and get back in the front as quickly as possible. Wiki Wiki getting a 3 second time penalty in the process. SSG Assassin also very close behind. We've got a very close grid behind, and all of them bunched together. Side by side action between Bioride and Daryl. Sorry, that's Ace's Scoop. My apologies. No wait. Um, I'm confusion
It
right
was,
now,
it
but
was, it was
yeah,
Biored and
it's
Aces.
Bioride on Ace's Scoop.
Yes.
I was right. Okay. So yeah, good action all around. Shalalook unfortunately not getting the
Safety car.
position, and we've got another safety car.
What?
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 Hello? What's happening? Who
Why did we
stopped?
have?
Nobody stopped.
Why do we have the safety car?
Hello,
Hello?
Codemaster?
Codemasters, tring. Well, how did that happen? I'm really shocked.
Okay, I got it. I get it now. Yeah, Codemaster really wants the rain, and now we've got a 5 second warning for that intermediate condition. I don't know who is going to actually blink here, because if you did, you would go to the last position, but you would still stay with the pack. But you don't pit right now. You see the rain coming out. What would you actually do? It's a very, very interesting proposition. What would you do, Harry?
Well, if you want me to be really frank, we've got 4 laps of racing, okay? And I only see 1 lap of undrivable conditions on the slicks. But if I go onto the inters right now, I'll have 3 laps of undrivable conditions on the inters, because you can drive with a greasy track only on the slicks, not on the wet tires. Someone has pit over there. I think Vicky
Oh,
has pit.
someone's pulled the plug, and that's Vicky. Vicky. Oh, I think this is going to be a game changer. I think he's made the right call. But if he's gone on to anything but the intermediate,
Oh no.
I'm gonna laugh at him.
Oh my god. He's
What
gone
has
onto
he
socks.
done?
Come on, we wanted to see something, Vicky. Not like this, man.
You you had the entire squad eagerly waiting, and then you went and did a Ferrari start. I'm not surprised, but I'm a little surprised. I thought you were better than that.
Well,
But it is what it is. We've got 3 laps to go. We've got 5 minutes for intermediate conditions. It's anyone's
well.
game, right? But not Vicky Vicky's, if I can say so. What have you done, Vicky Vicky? So sad.
Well, viewers, I'm sorry I've not been checking the chat a lot, but yes, it is MAFIA Mafia. It is not even a joke at this point, because we did not see any car going off track, getting damaged. There was no contact at all, in fact, in the race, in the safety car restart. But for some reason, we did see the safety car come out. And yeah, Iridium seems to be feeling that Abarpan has PayPal FIA, so probably not FIA Codemasters. FIA seems to be doing a little better job than Codemasters at this point. Cough, cough. So, yep, this is much better than the IRL Spa race. Nina definitely liking
raining?
this. Let's go on board and check it out. My graphics might not be helping as well, but I don't think it's raining yet. I do not think it's raining yet.
Okay. So yeah, it probably might come out in the next lap or the next to next lap. So yeah, it still may not be enough. Cody's have tried their level best to get some get some changes there and spice it up, but it may be too little, too late. But we wait and watch as always. Safety car probably coming in this lap. If not,
It's
okay,
not. It's not.
interesting tactic, Cody's. I don't believe it.
It's not.
Everyone is just waiting. What is happening? I don't even know why the safety cars come
I'm
on.
gonna. I'm gonna
If anyone
bring.
has noticed it,
I'm gonna bring back something to your memory, actually, couple. If you remember the IRC versus BRL stream, we had one of the races in Spa, I think, where we were not. The safety car wasn't going back in, and after the safety car went in, also we were not allowed to overtake because the full track was still under yellow flags. You remember that?
I remember that. Yes.
I don't know why I'm getting those vibes now. It looks like that because I don't think if the safety car goes in, they're gonna start being allowed to start racing. They only have 2 laps left, and they're still under safety car. Safety car doesn't seem to be going in this lap. I don't know. Oh, I see some drops of rain. I think I just saw a couple of drops of rain. Yes, we can see a few drops.
Yes, finally. So this is Cody's master plan after all, eh? Just forcing it. It's like, what? No rain in the race? Impossible. We will make it possible, and that's what they're doing right now.
England much, couple? Impossible?
Definitely England much, because impossible is what Cody does. Not the impossible.
It is
Alright.
raining. It
So,
is raining.
who's gonna blink? Now I'm sure Vicky will probably be kicking himself, and rightly so. He really had a chance, but it's just beginning to rain.
I don't see them needing what do you call it, intermediates yet, because the track won't be. It will just be damp, not wet. You get what I mean? There won't be any standing water
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, it's not out there yet. Whether it'll come in a lap or two is something that we need to wait and watch. but it's definitely going to get quicker. Sorry, it's going to get tougher and slower and more tricky to stay on track corner after corner. You have to kind of assess the grip levels, not on a sector by sector basis, but on a corner by corner basis, because it will change in a heartbeat. So you really, really need to be on top of that. Safety car is coming in this lap. Let's get racing for one last time and
One
see who
last time.
comes out on top. Yeah, Abarpan, I mean, we can't have any more safety cars is what I actually meant to say. But Abarpan is still out in front. Uday with a time penalty, but still in front of Shalalak. That is an interesting strategy. He's also made excellent use of the safety car to stay out in front. So Shalalak has got two attempts to make this work with changing conditions. Can he make the most of it? Let's wait and watch, shall
Ooh,
we?
ooh, ooh. Assassins.
Okay,
It is.
okay.
It is coming down. It is coming
It
down.
is pouring right now. Shalalak, Abarpan, and Uday, and a lot more drivers have just boxed this lap. Is green flag racing, and we've got half the grid in the box. But SSG Assassin has stayed out. The Red Bull driver, along with BioRed. Okay, this is look at this. He can hardly drive, and Vicky is like, I'm a clown. I did not foresee this, and he's just thrown away his donated his front wing to the pit box as a sacrifice for him to continue racing there. SSG Assassin has got 12 seconds, sorry, 15 seconds of a lead on Abarpan. Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a Russia playback or a throwback here. We've got 2 laps of racing. We've got side by side action with Uday getting a better exit and diving around the outside and gets the move done. Now Uday is probably in the net lead. The gap is coming down hard and fast. Uday is making mincemeat of Vicky and Bioride. Just look at that, effortless. Bioride trying as he may, making wrong decisions throughout the race. Chalalak is right behind him. These two are going to be gobbling up these two guys, but it's still 12.6 seconds. How can SSG Assassin stay out? Can he make it work, or will he Lando his way into pitting for the end at the end of this lap? He's 19 seconds. He's deploying all of his ERS, but he cannot keep it in a straight line. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to come down to one more lap. This is insane stuff right now. The gap is coming down second on second. It's 7.6 seconds after the end of the last sector. Can SSG Assassin keep it alive for one more lap? Can we have a look at the penalties while we wait for this to transpire? Neon and the rest of the pack also making their way. 3 seconds separating all of them. Shadowluck will probably get that 5 second removed, I'm not sure, but 3 more seconds in the span of 3 corners. What can SSG Assassin do? He's trying as he may. I want to go on board with him as he goes into Oruj and Radion. Can he make it out alive? He's actually got the ear overtake on. What a nice lad. He's still going. But the gap is coming down so quick. It's down to 2 seconds. His own teammate Uday is right on the back of him. We've got 2 sectors left, and this may be the end of SSG Assassin. But what a show that this man has brought out by staying out. How many positions will he actually lose from this? We'll have to wait and watch. But Uday Agarwal 97 takes the lead of the Grand Prix. What a fantastic opportunistic drive from him. Abarpan still behind him, a little over 2 seconds. But SSG Assassin will not, um, you know, will not die down. He's still going to stay out. Even he has to, obviously, but we'll have to wait and watch how he actually, or if he can even make it out alive. There's a big gap between him and Neon. However, Neon does not have any time penalties, so he may still lose out. We've got Sector 1 offing. I think that's from Vicky. Unfortunate for him. But hey, he tried. Ladies and gentlemen, he tried, and kudos to him for a bold move. It may not have paid off in the end, but a fantastic effort nevertheless.
Hold
Uday
up,
is going to be coming.
hold up,
Yeah,
hold up. I Ooh. Okay, I told
hold
hold
up
up too
indeed,
early.
and that's his
Oh my
that's his
god.
front wing donated, and he's lost a few more positions, but he crosses the line, Uday, to take the victory. Abarpan in P2, Chalalak in P3. Fortunately, could not get the better of him. Those conditions not exactly helping his scenario. But what a finish, ladies and gentlemen. That is not something. Cody's really pulled it out of the bag to make sure that we had an exciting finish here in Spa. And goddamn, it was a good one.
Well, I need to point out because Madhav, even Byron giving us some power slides. Let's go, Byron. Come on, yeah. That's for the stream. That definitely looked good for me at least, from a person on the keyboard. Let's see what Vicky is up to. But yeah, as I wanted to tell, Madhav might have a 5-second penalty removed. Yes, props to that. But he will not get the win. He will not get
He
the
will
win.
not get the win indeed. Yeah,
Let's just see
it's
if I
best
can see
with the
this.
P2.
There you go. P2 by 0.6 seconds. Ooh,
Yeah,
Vicky on track. Yep, and he's finished the race. Excellent.
crosses the line.
I
And
definitely
there
will
you have
ask.
it.
I will definitely ask Vicky, mate. You could have. It's all about what could have happened. Driver of the day is Ace Scoop. Okay, but to be honest, couple, who do you think is your driver of the day?
I'll have to give it to SSG Assassin. He had nothing to lose. He went on a bold move. He didn't work out in the end, but hey, showman. Okay, probably my showmanship award goes to him.
Yeah,
Driver
maybe.
of the day. I think it would have to be Uday. He made key overtakes at the right moment in time, and he got it done. So yeah, kudos, props where it's due. He's taken the top step with the right move.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, it's a race where a lot of people had good chances at the podiums and some good points finishes as well. But it's all about bottling at the end of the day. Vicky would have gotten the lead actually if he had finished the race. I mean, if he had pit for winters, if you think about it now. But again, it's all split second decisions that cause all of this. And I guess there's nothing we can
Hind-
really do about it other than learn.
Hindsight is a very powerful thing. Can you quickly go back into the actual standings? I don't think we've captured that.
Well, we do have our podium finishers for sure. Uday Abarpan and Shalakla. Well, it is a great. One second. I'll. Oh yeah, my bad. Okay. Don't Uday, don't talk about anything other than interviews now. We'll talk about all that later. Okay. Chill.
There's a button, I don't know.
Well, that was an interesting race for sure. we're back on the podium interview. Sorry, I think there was a momentary lapse in the audio capture. But yeah, we have Madhav here who came at P3. We have the race winner Uday here. So, couple, go ahead. What do you want to ask these guys?
What a topsy-turvy race for the folks here in Tier 2020. I want to start off with Shalalak, who did finish P3. Walk us through your race, Madhav. What happened? What were the major events, and how did you get the, the win taken away from you?
I don't know if you got this on stream, but at the top of Radion, I was completely sideways at once, so that cost me. I think that is where I lost the most time. And I don't know how many safety cars were there. Do you know?
3 safety cars.
Okay, three. I think the third safety car when did I pitted one lap just before the safety car, and obviously cost me a lot of time because everybody in front could pit. And yeah, the last two laps, I didn't expect everybody to just dive into the pits. Some of them tried to, stay out, but obviously didn't work out for them.
All right. Okay. But yeah, still a good result nonetheless. Yeah, congratulations on the P3. Moving on, Uday, I believe this is one of your first races here. Walk us through your race. How did it go? What are the major moves, and how did you manage to get on the top step?
Yeah, that's right, man. Like it was my first race, and yeah, incredibly happy with the win. And yeah, it was like a very fun race, very challenging, I guess. Everyone was like giving me a hard time, I should say, definitely. Yeah, I had some bit of a bad luck in turn one itself in lap one where I got a damaged ring. So had to pit like and had to adjust to that. Yeah, other than that, I think my race went pretty well. Yeah, I mean, my decision to pit for the intermediates that was entirely dependent on Agarwal. If he was pitting, then I was gonna pit. Glad he pitted. Finally, seeing my teammate like who was just barely surviving on the slicks. So yeah, good race and
Indeed, indeed.
really enjoyed it.
Well, you made the critical overtake on Abarpan, which got you the race win. So that was great to see. Congratulations again on the race victory.
Thank you. Thank you.
Abarpan, are you with us as well?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mate, talk us through your race. You're leading for half of it. Sorry, for majority of it. Post the safety car. How did it all go?
Yeah, because safety car was really the second safety car. I don't know why it happened the last one. I don't know why it happened, and from that point on, the race kind of went downhill. I'd say, like the pass he made on me, and yeah, that was a hard. I thought that he had penalties, and I kind of didn't fight it too much. I thought I'll get him on penalties, but I went wide in one of the corners, and that kind of sealed the fate. So yeah, bit disappointed, but congratulations for his first win. It was a great drive from him, and also to assist the assassin, he was driving like crazy on the slicks. Couldn't believe it. But yeah, it obviously didn't work out for him, but still in the first lap, he was really driving pretty well. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of changes, a lot of safety cars, and a very interesting first win for Uday. Anything else that you want to add, Chandra?
Can I add something to this?
Yes, yes.
So in classic Williams fashion, I have a penalty to be out.
Okay. So yeah, we will look into it. This is how the professional standings is, but yeah, I'm sure you will. There is another tail to his web. Even if you did get that 5 second removed, I think it would only be one position. It was 5.6 seconds. But yeah, we'll wait and see. The story is not
It's the
probably the
Williams
race is over, but the story isn't. Yes, it is. And on that terrible disappointment, thank you everyone for watching. We will catch you in a couple of hours' time for our Tier 1 coverage. Until then, stay safe and see you next time. Bye.
I
Good day.